What is up, my dog is Lawson here. It is a cold but beautiful morning. I'm joined by my best bud Jacob, and we got his nice beautiful boat here. It is about 44 degrees, 46 degrees, something like that, and we are looking for largemouth bass mainly. We're fishing in a canal system where there are snook and tarpon, but bass is the main forage. Today I'm thinking, Jacob, how do you feel about biggest fish is the winner and the loser has to buy lunch?
Works for me. There's manatees?
Yeah, sir. That's how you know there is snook and stuff in here, because there's a sign that says there's manatees in here. It's a rarity, but I do know people have caught snook and tarpon and ladyfish and all that type of stuff in this canal that we're gonna be fishing. We're gonna drop the boat in the water, hopefully get warmer, and see if we can catch some big giant fish today.
Let's go.
All right, it is game time. I am throwing a nice fat jig that I got off Shop Carl's here. Also, this is a new rod that I actually haven't talked about in a video yet. I just bought it last week. This is the nicest fishing rod I've ever owned in my entire life, a G Loomis IMX Pro. We can talk about that later, but right now, 20-pound braid, 20-pound fluoro leader for our jig here, and we're gonna flip this up along this edge and see what we can find. All right, let me show you what we're about to throw. That is a bullgill or a bull shad. This is a $50 swim bait, 50 bucks a pop. I know a lot of people will think that's preposterous. That's actually not even cheap in the big bass swim bait world. This is from Shop Carl's, which is pretty cool. They sell some of these things on there, which is hard to find high quality big swim baits. We're gonna try this and see if we can catch an absolute monster.
That's insane.
It is ridiculous how good these things look. So we're fishing in, what are we in, 17 right now?
Actually 10.
10, oh, easy. Nice. So we're gonna be patient, let that sink down, and then just slow roll it back. I've been doing a bunch of power fishing and I haven't really caught anything. Jacob's caught 2 bass so far on a jerk bait. I'm gonna try a very finesse rig. Now, if you are one of my Florida boys like me, you may have never seen this before, or maybe even heard of this. This is a drop shot, and that was a gar that just rolled. I never even knew how to rig a drop shot till I went to Virginia and fished with my buddy Matt. Very, very cool finesse tactic. Weight sits on the bottom and your bait suspends above it, and it can help you fish deep water in a very finesse-like way. So we're gonna see if this will work out for us here.
There's no chance. There you go.
Drop shot fish. Not a very big drop shot fish, but drop shot fish. We must be over a school of them right here. Gosh, he's cold, man. All right, we had to do it to him here. I just tied on the Vision 110. This is a awesome jerk bait. It's very expensive, but it works really, really well. So we're gonna try it out. See if this will change our luck for us here, because we're running out of time. First cast with the Vision 110 fish. Literally unbelievable. I've caught 1 fish over the past 3 hours. Switched over this first cast, caught 1.
It makes me think they actually aren't super deep.
I don't think so. I think they're rising up as it's gotten warmer. Little bass, but a 10-pounder will eat this jerk bait all the same as a half-pounder. That makes me so mad at myself that I basically wasted like 3 hours. I would love to just dunk an absolute giant on this. Another one. Another small fish, but back to back. We might have to work through a lot of these shrimps, but things just got way more interesting here. That's always so painful when you're out fishing and you have something like that happen and you're like, oh man, I could have been catching fish this whole morning. That feels better, unless it's foul hook, but like, I don't think it's huge, but that feels better than the other 2. Slightly better. Unbelievable. We're about to just go on an absolute burn, dude. Cool. There he goes. That's like a 1-pounder. Things are happening. Things are happening. No. I am so stoked right now, dude. Like, to go from, I literally 5 minutes ago was like, oh man, this morning might be a total bust for me. Normally, like, yeah, like all baits are created equally. Like, you can make things where I can catch fish, but dude, I have never had as much luck with a lure as I have had on these Vision 110s and any other jerk bait. I suppose it's part of the reason why they're 25 bucks a piece though. There's one. Beautiful. All right, good riddance. Won't lose any sleep over having that one flick off. You still got me beat on biggest fish, and we got like four minutes. That might be a good one. This feels pretty decent. We'll see. You might just be hooked weird. It's always hard to tell when you're throwing jerk baits. Yeah, definitely hooked weird. I think there's a school of fish right here, though.
Yeah. How completely different lure works.
That's a big fish. Or not. Dude, I don't know why. It freaking hammered. No, it's my biggest fish of the day, but I thought it was going to be a giant the way it ate. Okay, pulled up on the spot, caught a fish. That is a brown bass. Beautiful. They're getting bigger, and they're getting closer in between. Hey, real quick, just want to let you guys know that today's video is sponsored by Shop Karls. Now, if you don't know what Shop Karls is, they're an online retailer that they sell a ton of fishing tackle, gear, clothing, anything you really need to go out and fish and have a good day. They have it there. A handful of the lures that I'm using in today's video I purchased from Shop Karls. I could not recommend it more. You can even join Karls Club, which is a membership there that allows you to save a bunch of money on gear if you're continually buying stuff from the website. Could recommend it more. I buy all of my terminal tackle and all that type of stuff at Shop Karls. I'll leave a link down below where you can go check it out and pick up some fishing gear. I would highly recommend it, and I appreciate you guys. All right, I just tied on a spinnerbait. The wind's been a little choppy all morning, but I figured now would be a great time. We're about to approach a bunch of docks. I love fishing spinnerbaits around docks, man. Oh, that's a better fish. Not a huge one, but that feels pretty good. Rolled that spinnerbait. I've been sticking with it. Finally happened, man. This fish is swimming at the freaking boat. Not even a giant, but
just the way he ate.
I know. He looked like, yeah, he's way. I mean, he's the biggest one by far, but it's like I thought he was freaking 4 pounds when he ate at first. And he choked it too, man. I didn't know it was possible to eat a spinnerbait this deep. Oh, he's got another hook in his mouth. All right, well, that bass is a straight warrior. All right, real quick, I want to talk about this new rod here because it's really cool. And a lot of times I don't even talk about my equipment that much because this isn't a sponsor or anything like that, but this is a G Loomis IMX Pro. This is without a doubt the nicest rod that I've ever owned. And I never thought I would get to own a rod in a real setup like this. And I'm really grateful that I get to. That's a huge part of you guys watching these videos and supporting the channel and stuff. So it's really cool. The idea behind this rod is a kind of all-in-one type deal. It's a 7'6", heavy, and it is rated for a 1/2 ounce to 3 ounce bait. That is an enormously huge range. Most rods only encompass like from a 1/2 ounce to 1 ounce, or from a 1/4 ounce to 3/8 of an ounce. They don't encompass a giant range like this, and that's kind of what you get when you do buy a really nice rod, is that it has insane sensitivity, insane action, and I'll be able to use this to throw big swim baits. I'm throwing a 1/2 ounce spinnerbait right now. I've caught fish throwing a weightless fluke on this rod. It's going to be a jack of all trades. So instead of owning 5 or 6 different rods, I'm going to have this setup here that I can use for a ton of different things. Obviously we'll have other rods we'll be using, but you know, investing in a really expensive rod like this has a purpose behind it, and that purpose is the versatility that it allows you to have in a singular setup. So yeah, that's my justification of why I bought a really expensive rod.
Playco.
Yeah, I think it was just an enormous Playco. I don't know if I've ever seen one that big.
Wasn't gonna get it.
Another one right through the cattail again. Spinner bait, saving the day, and it's upgrading on our fish size too with most of them. Beautiful, awesome. Still not huge, but we were in a bit of a slump there for a little bit where we're like, honestly, we're probably better off just going to get some lunch. Now we're starting to swack them. Is swacking a word? Now we're swacking off out here. Oh. That one I like threw up in and pulled off. This is like one of the better fish, and he's not even fighting at all. Beautiful, another one.